Hey everyone, so it is the day after animation, y'all. We flew in super late at when did we arrive? I think we arrived at around 1:30 because our flight got delayed several hours. We were supposed to fly out of Nashville around, I think, 8:55, and then we didn't fly out until 10:45, so we got to Jacksonville around 1:30 a.m. and then we didn't get all the way home until 2:30, so we went to bed at around 3. Needless to say, I am very tired. But what I wanted to share with you guys today is my stickers are here. So Pochomochi, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Pochomochi is a small artist-run business where they also make stickers, and I wanted to support a small business and order some stickers from them. And so these stickers are going to be part of the Laboba launch that I'm going to have as soon as I have all of the stuff together. So I'm still waiting for the keychains and things to come in, which I think they said they weren't going to ship out until the first week of March, so it's still going to be a few more weeks. But I wanted to share with you guys the stickers, because these are a little different than the stickers I made before. These have should have raised UV on them, and these were actually supposed to get here a week and a half ago, but for whatever reason they've been circulating around different post offices in Jacksonville for a week and a half. I have no idea why. It got to the post office that was near me, and then for some reason they sent it back to a post office across town, and then they came back here. So I'm just glad it finally got here. I was really worried they were, for whatever reason, were just going to send it back to sender instead of actually delivering it to me when I was already in Jacksonville. But without further ado, let's open this up. So let me give you guys a close-up look of each one. Let me see if it'll focus. So you can kind of see where the shiny parts are where they're a raised surface. And the rest of it is a nice matte finish. So they're not exact replicas of Labubus and Zumomo, but it's kind of my fun little take on them, and I hope you guys like them too. I definitely like how these stickers feel, and they're really nice quality. I think my favorite one is, it's a close tie between these two. These two, I think, are my favorites. And actually, the Labubu that I carry around all the time is CC, and CC is actually yellow like this one. So the next step, while we're waiting for the keychains that will go with this, is designing the blind box. So in the next few days, I'm going to try to document how I'm going to go about that, and how I'm going to print the labels that are going to go on it, because I'm not quite sure how I want to do that yet. So today we're going to be making one of my favorite comfort foods, which is adobo. Now every Filipino makes adobo a little bit differently, but this is how my mom taught me, or at least how I remember she taught me to make it, and It is one of the simplest things to make, and it does take several hours to boil down, but it's worth the wait.
But I feel so lazy. Yeah, I'm home alone all day, and I got no more songs left to play. Baby, 난 널 그리네. 다시 돌아와줘 내게 and let me be your man. Oh. 그날 밤 생각 없이 난 너에게 전화했어. 묻고 싶은 게 많아. I got so many questions. 오랜만이야 라는 말도 못한 채 Are you fine fine 이란 말만 대묻네. 너가 잘 지내고 있는 거 나 알아. 그냥 그 목소리가 듣고 싶은 거를 어떡해. I say I miss you but 그건 나의 실수. 너와 다시 친구가 되고 싶은 백수. I know this sounds crazy, but everything's been lately. How's your 동생 doing and your daddy? And mommy, I'm not drunk or anything. I call in peace. 세상이 멸망하면 날 용서해주겠니? 그리고 아냐 boy 어떤 놈이 그래. 친구들은 먼저 전화하면 지는 거래. 이건 이별 노래 아니 우리 미래를 결정하기 차 타고 떠나는 추억 여행. 그러지 방 침대에 누워 핸드폰만 보며 또 하루를 보내. 오늘 같은 날 산책이라도 다녀올까. But I feel so lazy. Yeah, I'm home alone all day, and I got no more songs left to play.
Another quick update on how the stickers are going. I ordered these stickers originally from Pochamochi, and they are a small art business that also does stickers. And then a few weeks later, Zug Monster also had a a sale for their UV spot stickers. So just to compare, I went ahead and ordered a sticker from them too. Now originally I wasn't gonna make this sticker, but I did want to have at least one sticker available on the website that didn't have to be obtained through one of the blind boxes. So without further ado, oops, not my address. Alright, so without further ado, here we go. Here it is. It is Zimomo with a big daisy. So this is going to be the same as the washi tape stand that I'm having made. But I just wanted to see how the print quality was. So you'll see that these are two different colors. I made these on purpose to be two different colors because this is like a completely different color palette. But you can see that it's pretty much about the same quality, I think. Alright, so today is March 1st, and I just got word that my order from Vogue Grace is going to be coming in on Tuesday. So today I'm going to stop procrastinating and make the blind box cover that I wanted for this cup. So what I'm thinking is something kind of like the old school cup of noodles where it had like the paper that went around, and then I'm going to put the artwork on there. So what I'm going to do is take some measurements and then design it on the computer, and hopefully it'll all fit on an 11 by 17 paper because that is what I ordered. And let's get to it. Alright, here is the first prototype of our blind box cover for our cup, and surprisingly this tab thingy worked way better than I thought it would on the first try. So it just kind of Well, it's hard to do it at this angle. But it kind of just slips in there like that. Hopefully the camera was in focus. And voila. I don't know if the camera is focusing. There we go. And it just pops out like that. Now, it was almost a perfect fit, but the top, as you can see, is a little bit too big. Maybe like half an inch off, maybe. So I'll take the measurements from that and then I will try it one more time. And how I figured out the tab was basically I took a box that I had in the pantry and basically looked at how the tab was, sorry, the camera cat knocked over the camera. But basically I just kind of looked at how the tab was oriented. Ta-da! Alright, let's try this again. I don't know if it'll focus, but you can see it's off about 0.4 inches. So that's what I'm going to adjust the top pattern. Alright, so this is take 2. I tightened up a few of the measurements and I'm actually pretty happy with how this looks. So I think it's ready for me to add the artwork on it. This actually didn't take me as long as I thought. The only thing I messed up was I forgot to move the center, the straw hole, like to the center when I adjusted the pattern. But other than that, it's pretty much good to go. So let's keep going. Alright guys, this is the final test before I start printing all of them, but are you ready for the final reveal? Ah! It came out so cute! Look at that! And that's the back. Is it focusing on the box or me? I can't tell. There we go. I think now it's focusing on the box. There you go. It's so cute! And then that's the bottom. And that's the top. So I'm so thrilled with how this came out. And I'm debating if I'm going to hand cut these or if I'm going to run it through the Cricut. But then I'm also like, do I want to deal with the Cricut? Or do I just want to slowly hand cut these over time? But yeah, I think it came out pretty nice. Now the only thing is this is inkjet that I used to print it, so this could get pretty damaged if it gets wet somehow. So I was wondering if I should put like spray fixative on them, or it doesn't matter because people are going to throw this paper away anyway. But so basically each of these cups is going to come with the keychain, which I'll show you guys when it gets here. But you can use your sticker and put it wherever you want, or you could put it on your cup and decorate it. So these stickers are waterproof, or they should be, as far as I know. They should be waterproof. But yeah, it's gonna be cute, guys. I hope you guys like this. I'm only making, let's see, I have 15, well technically I ordered 16 of each charm, but I'm keeping a few of each design for myself. So I may do this as a limited run of, I'll do like 12 of each charm. 12 or 13 of each charm, and then there's 7 designs, and then that'll be the whole run. So that's like, oh god, I gotta do some math. Wait a second. Alright, so if I do 12 of each charm and there's 7 designs, there'll be 84 blind cups. Yeah, I guess they're blind cups, not blind boxes, because they're in cups. So yeah, I guess I'll number the boxes too as like 1 out of 84. Guess what arrived in the mail today, guys? It's the rest of the stuff that we need for our Laboba launch. Alright. I think I'm also catching a cold. Alright, let's go ahead and open this up. So, this was part of a group order that we ordered, I think, back in January. And it's finally here. So, I got a small reorder of my mail washi tape. I use the Happy Mail washi tape myself to mail packages, but also I sell it on my shop. And this is the Laboba washi. So excited about those. And then there's should also be some stationery. Yep. So there is a Zimomo inspired notepad. He's carrying the big daisy that matches the washi tape holder. I believe that should be it. I don't think I ordered more than that. It was a very small order. Yeah, I think that's it. So now we've got everything that we need to do the shop launch. So I'm going to need to take product photos as well as create the listings and then do the posts on social media to prepare for the launch. And that means I can launch, normally I would say by this weekend, but I have to go on a work trip this week, so I might be pretty tired and might need the weekend to relax. So let's say the weekend after. That's what? April? The beginning of April? I think it'll be the beginning of April. I'll have to look at the calendar. So this is where we left off yesterday with the watercolor, and I think this is where I'm going to stop with the watercolor part, and I'm going to move on to colored pencil because I'm trying to emulate some of the style from Where the Wild Things Are with the cross hatching, but instead of doing it with black pen or brown pen, I'm going to do it in colored pencil for a kind of like tone-on-tone look. I'm not sure how that's going to go, but we're going to give it a shot. And the reason why I want to do that is because Where the Wild Things Are, because it's using like a black cross-hatching, it kind of makes it look dark, and I want to keep my piece pretty bright, so that's why I'm going to use colored pencils instead. Check out these colored pencils. They were a gift from my friend Lily several years back, and I'm still using them. Well, this is where we're at with it. I'm gonna call this done because I'm tired of working on it and I want to play my Hello Kitty games. So, yeah. Could it be better? Probably. But I think if I work on it anymore, it's going to get overworked and I'm going to mess it up. So, we're going to leave it right here. I lied. I'm going to make this one change because this was bothering me. I feel like it needed to be darker to balance out with the other two characters' eyes. There we go. Okay. Now I swear I'm done with it. I'm gonna leave it alone now. Hey guys, so it is March 28th, I think, and I pretty much have everything ready for the launch, or at least I have all the products for the launch. And I had originally planned to do the launch April 5th because I'm like really impatient and I really wanted to get this launch going. But I decided to give myself an extra week because I want to do something a little different this time and actually spend a week making promotional material for it. So making more posts, video clips, finishing this vlog hopefully, and posting it so that there's a week for everyone to know that the shop update is happening rather than just doing like 1 or 2 images right before like I usually do, and see if that makes a difference in awareness of the product launch. We'll see. Plus also I will be a lot less stressed because I was like, this weekend I was already freaking out trying to get everything done, and I was like, get all the product photos and finishing up making last minute pieces and prints, and I was like, there's no way. Why am I stressing myself out like this? So April 12th will definitely be the product launch, and hopefully I will have made enough promotional material for about a week to put posts, and hopefully people will get stuff. I don't know. So this is the painting that I was working on. This is the final piece, and right now I am printing the prints for it. So there'll be 5x7 prints, and those will also come with the postcard of the sketch that I did on Procreate. And you can see there's actually differences between the initial sketch and the final piece, because as I was painting it I kept making changes as I was going, because I was like, wait a second, like the most noticeable one is probably how Stitch is like bald over here, and then I did like tufts of hair on top of his head so he doesn't look so bald. But yeah, so this one is a postcard, and it's printed on a pretty thick cardstock that is supposedly watercolor paper, but I don't know, doesn't seem like it. And yeah, so the actual print, I don't know if the camera will pick it up, you can see there's like texture on it. I'm printing it on a warm toned canvas paper because I felt like that was that matched the overall look I wanted for the print the best. But you will notice that it's not as vibrant as the original, which for me is okay because this is kind of the look I was going for, because I was using the Where the Wild Things Are illustration as kind of like an inspiration. So this is actually a little bit closer to it than the original vibrancy, but I did like how vibrant this was because that is more me. But no matter what I did, basically it really depends on the paper you print it on, and the only way to achieve that vibrancy was if I printed it on the normal matte print photo paper that I print on. And this one probably still needs a few more adjustments if I was going to go with this one, because I used the settings that I used for the canvas and the watercolor paper on this, and it came out too bright. So I would probably, if I was going to print it on this, I would have to dial it back just a little bit, but you can see how it prints more vibrant on it. But I just really wanted to print this on a textured paper because it kind of gives it more of that organic feel of the original. And I did try several papers, so the other, let me see what I got. So this one, wait, no, this is also watercolor paper. So this one was printed on the same watercolor paper that the postcards are going to be printed on. And you can see it's kind of a lot duller and cooler in tone. And then the next experiment I tried, which I've done with some of my other prints, is I printed it on the actual watercolor that I used to make the original. but again it prints duller because the watercolor paper I think absorbs the ink really well, so that's why you get like this duller look to it. But it did have a nice texture to it because it is the same paper that I had used on the original, but it's like a lot cooler in tone and the vibrancy just wasn't there. And honestly, I almost went with this, but then I wanted it to have a warmer tone if I couldn't get it vibrant, so that is why I went with the canvas, the warm tone canvas paper. So I don't know if you guys can see the difference in the video there. The lighting is probably not great, but you can kind of see the difference in it. But going with this, it still has texture, not the exact texture of the watercolor paper, but I feel like it still came out to be a pretty good looking print. And the original will be for sale in my shop, but I'm pretty sure most people are just going to go with the print. But if you really want that original vibrancy and large scale of this one, then it will be available for sale in the shop. Now, I will say the original does have a lot more on the edges, and that's because I did that on purpose so that when I was cropping for the print, I would have extra room to crop it where I wanted. So that is why you can see it's cut in a lot closer on the print, because that was originally what I had sketched in the original sketch. Do I have it? The original sketch, you can see it is cropped closer. It's just when I transferred it onto the watercolor paper, I drew an extra margin of leaves so that I would have that bit of leeway to have a full bleed crop. Yeah, I think, yeah, I'm really excited about this. So I'm also printing a larger version, 9x12, and those will also both be available in the shop. And I think that is almost everything. I think at the end of this video, I'll do a actual product showcase of what will be in the launch, and we'll see you later. So, okay, one more thing. The reason why I also changed the launch update from April 5th to April 12th is because as I was making these, I really liked how it came out, and I thought that would be like a really cool sticker book cover or a journal cover, but I didn't have a backside. So I am making the backside of the sticker book, and I am doing it traditionally just like I did the front side. So this one, I did it a little differently. So I didn't do like the long process of sketching the rough in the sketchbook and then taking that sketch and doing it in Procreate for clean line art and then tracing it with Lightbox. I drew directly on the watercolor paper this time, and I'm kind of curious to see if that's going to muddy up the colors or how much the lines will show through. I will go through and kind of soften these lines up before I start painting, but that is also another reason why I moved it out another week, so that I would have time to finish this and make sticker books. Alright, it is the Sunday before the launch, and I've pretty much got everything prepped for the launch. I need to start editing videos and making social media content to advertise it before the launch. I said I was going to do it earlier, but you know, I got busy at work and then I just didn't get to finish editing the content. So I'm going to do that now. Last night I finished making all the listings into drafts for our main shop, Etsy, and TikTok. I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to see if I can do a live stream like on TikTok, and I'm going to assemble like half of these ahead of time pre-launch, but I don't think I'm going to sell out all of them like the first day, and it would take up a lot of room in the house if I assembled all 98 cups. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do like a few sets and a few loose ones, and I'm going to film those for content, and we'll go from there. Hopefully I'm not stuck with these for a long time, because I'd like to use the funds from this to design a new blind box. But yeah, so I had them all, I hand cut these because I'm crazy, but I didn't feel like dealing with my Cricut because I could have cut them with the Cricut or the Silhouette, but I was like, you know what, I've got weeks before the launch when I was waiting for my materials to get here, so I just hand cut these a little bit at a time each day over a couple weeks, and you know, they came out all right. There are 98 of them, and once these sell out, I'm not going to make them again. And I just kind of wanted to see how well this sort of thing would go. So they're in bundles of 10 right now, and they're all numbered sequentially. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix them all up so that when I pack them, they're not sequential. I don't know, I just think that would be more fun. Maybe. I don't know. I'm going to start packing the blind cups by sorting all the keychains into these trays that I picked up at the dollar store. And that will hopefully make it easier to pack all the blind boxes, having like a nice little tray setup going on. I think I'm going to leave them in their little plastic baggies because it's like an extra protection, I guess. Although, if I keep them in the baggies, I can't really quality check them. I guess I can see it through the bag a little bit. Okay, so I did end up opening all of them, and the reason was I was initially spot checking some of them, and I noticed that some of them kind of had deep scratches that I couldn't wipe off. So that's these ones I have over here, because on the back side there is a film that you can remove, but the front side doesn't really have any other protection on it because that's just how the epoxy coated ones come. And I know eventually they probably are going to get scratched up once people start using them on their bags, but I didn't want people to get them that way. And the reason why that happened was, even though they were in protective bags, the keychain that's on it sometimes scratches the front. So what I did was I opened them, and then I'm just going to kind of put a piece of washi tape to lightly tape this on the back, because it doesn't matter if it kind of rubs against this, because there's a protective film on it that people can take off. So that's what we're going to do. One thing I did almost forget to add to these is the desiccant packets. So I actually have like a ton of these from unboxing videos. So is it weird if I reuse them to put them in my blind boxes? I mean, I don't know what else to do with them, and I don't want to just throw them out. So I'm going to reuse these from other blind boxes and put them in mine. Hey everyone, so we're going to end this vlog with the product showcase so you guys know what's coming up in the launch. We are going to start with the I Found You Cousin prints, and basically that one is kind of a play on the children's book Where the Wild Things Are. Has Stitch from Lilo and Stitch, and also of course Labubu. And the reason why I put those together in the same painting was I realized part of the reason why I fell in love with Labubu is that it reminded me of Stitch. And the reason why I also fell in love with Stitch was because I loved Where the Wild Things Are book. So it kind of all came together, and I just realized that I have a theme for liking kind of like cute, but kind of creepy, but they're not really creepy. I would say they're not traditionally cute, if that makes any sense. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to put them all together in one painting, and that's what this is. And I also did it using watercolor and colored pencil, which is a little bit different because I've been doing a lot of digital art lately, and with all the talk of like AI and everything, I just felt like I really wanted to use traditional media again, just to kind of get away from all that and just enjoy art a little bit. So I hope you guys like it. And that's going to come in a 5x7 and a 9x12, and they are printed on a textured canvas paper to kind of help give it more of that traditional feel. The 5x7s are going to be 15 for the 5x7 and 25 for the 9x12. And each of those prints will come with a postcard that has the final sketch before I started painting the actual painting. So you'll see a couple of differences from the sketch to things I changed as I was painting. So I thought that would be kind of interesting. The next thing that's coming up is the Laboba prints. So those are mini prints that are 5x5 inches, and they feature all the characters that I made for the Labobas. And they are obviously based off of and inspired by the Labubus. But these are Labobas, and they live for boba. Kinda like me. Kinda want some boba now, not gonna lie. Anyways, so individual prints are gonna be $7 each, or you can get the whole set for $40. And that would include all 7 prints. So you save a little bit if you buy the whole set. And the idea is, like, I like making those square prints because I thought they would be kind of fun to like tessellate and like when you display them. I don't know. So the next thing is going to be one of the main products of this launch, which is going to be the Laboba blind cup. Now, I know y'all are going to say this is not a cup for boba, and I could not find a non-glass cup for boba, so this was the next best thing I could do. So it comes in a plastic blue glitter cup, and you get a 3.5-inch acrylic keychain charm and a matching matte sticker with a raised gloss finish. So it's like the outlines are something you could like kind of feel because it's raised, and it's also shiny. So I've never really done stickers like this, and I thought it'd be kind of a cool special type of sticker to put in these blind cups. I keep wanting to say blind box, but technically it's a cup, so it's a blind cup. But I hope you guys like them, and I just thought it would be a really fun limited release. There's only 98 cups, and I'm not gonna make them again, but I just really wanted to get like this project out there, and like, because when I thought about it, how fun it would be to make Labobas in a cup with pom-pom balls as like the boba. I was like, I had to make it. So here it is for a limited time. And the Laboba blind cup is going to be $20 each, or you can get the whole set for $140. And if you get the whole set for $140, then I'll also put in the postcard with the sketch in there as well that I put in with the I Found You cousin prints. And if you get the full set, then you're guaranteed to have one of every single design. Whereas if you get just like the one box, you could possibly get any of the designs. You could even potentially get a dupe. Although I'm going to try to ensure if people only order 2 of one cup, like the single, that they don't get a dupe. I'll like try to like see through the cup or something, I don't know. The next thing that I also made was a larger sticker that's about 4.5 inches, and it is of Zumomo with a daisy. and that one is also raised gloss UV. Sorry, that didn't make any sense. Raised spot UV, so it's like a matte sticker with shiny raised part that you could touch on it, if that makes any sense. So Momo sticker is going to be $6 each. The next item I have is a Laboba stamp washi, and I also made a washi holder. So those are two separate products, and I've only got a few of the washi stand. And the washi holder is about 6 inches tall and about 7.25 inches wide. And the stamp washi comes with one of each of the designs of the Labobas, so that's 7 different designs on the stamp. And the stamp washi is going to be $12 each, and the washi stand is going to be $30. So I know that is kind of expensive, but because I made so few of them, I think I only had about 6 of these made, because I wasn't sure how much they would sell. They kind of ended up being expensive per piece. So I don't even know how well they will sell, but that's what I've got for them, is there's only 6 pieces. So the last item that I have for this launch is going to be the sticker books that will match the I Found You cousin print. And this one I actually did a second painting just for the backside so that I could write I Found You cousin with the leaves, because normally like the backside of the sticker books is kind of just like a plain color with a quote or something fun on the back, but I really wanted to continue to design on the back, and to do that I would have to do it traditionally. So I made a second painting just for the back of this book, and the price for this one is the 5x7 sticker book is going to be $25 each, and I will have a holographic version that's kind of, it's not a patterned holographic, it's kind of like an oil slick holographic, because I didn't want the holographic design to overwhelm the design because it was already so busy. So I chose an oil slick kind of holographic to it, and that one will be $30. So that concludes it for everything that's going to be in the upcoming launch. I hope you guys like it. I have been like, I've had Labubus on the brain, and generally when I get obsessed with something, it filters into my art, and I have to make it. So I hope you guys like it, and thank you for indulging my hyperfixation on Labubus, and I hope you guys like this Laboba launch. Alright, until next time. Oh, I didn't even say when it launches. So the launch is going to be on, today is Sunday, April 6th. So the launch is going to be April 12th, which is this coming Saturday. So hopefully I finish editing this vlog and have it up before the launch happens. I'm actually going to start editing it right after I close out this video. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching this vlog and watching me prep for this shop update. And I hope you guys will stop by the shop on Saturday, April 12th to pick up your own Laboba.